The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. This book came out in 2008. It is the Newbery Award winner. It is published by HarperCollins. The illustrator that was within the book is Dave McKean. There are a few illustrations at key points in the storyline, especially at the beginning. We see this character here. He's the main bad guy in the story. The book has 312 pages, and it's for ages 9 to 12, so you're looking at 3rd to 5th grade. And the genre would be for a type of horror or fantasy. It's kind of a morbid book, and I wouldn't say it's for every reader, but it is a very interesting read. And if I was going to recommend it, I would recommend it to those that are very advanced in their reading for 3rd to 5th grade. The main summary of the story is there's a young boy whose family is murdered, and there's also a bad guy who's the murderer, and he goes after the young boy, can't find him. The young boy ends up wandering into a graveyard where these ghosts end up taking care of the boy and raising him, and he's given the name Nobody because they don't know who he is, and Owens, which is the parents that end up raising him. He has caretakers and guardians within the graveyard, and while he's in the graveyard, he has special abilities to walk through things, and he's given like ghost-like powers. Throughout the book, there's about 8 chapters, and each chapter, as it progresses, he gets older about 2 years. He meets a character by the name of Scarlet Amber Perkins, who is one person that can actually see him when she wanders into the graveyard. And that's an interesting fact about the story, because adults cannot see him, which is why the ghosts protect him. As the story progresses, she becomes a character that has to go away because the parents think she's crazy because they don't see Bod when she talks to him, because Bod is invisible to adults. So they move away in the early part of the chapters, and then he has all these adventures in the graveyard and ends up having to eventually go out of the graveyard into real life, and because towards the end, he is old enough that the powers of the graveyard people, they cannot keep him from being unseen by adults, because he himself is becoming an adult. So he eventually goes back to his home, finds out where his family was murdered, and finds that the guy who owns the house is actually the one who murdered them. He bought the house after they were gone. He comes to find out his name is Jack Frost. There's a lot more details within the story. Like I said, throughout the book there's major illustrations that go along with it. If I was going to recommend this, I would definitely say it's an excellent read. There is a little bit of darkness, like I said, with murder, but the character development is very good. The setting and plot is very detailed. The vocabulary is awesome in this book. I really enjoyed the book because it just brings you and hooks you in, and you don't want to stop reading the book. For the activity, I would have the kids read the book. I would have them chart out the story, as in plot, setting, characters, problem resolution, and then I would have them write an essay and give examples about why the characters are so different, and the main parts of the characters, and why they should be highlighted. So that's all I have, and this was a Newbery Award winner. So thanks.